like to welcome back to the show a regular contributor to our show each week, Anthony Davis. He's a 5-time national champion at USC in baseball and football, played in the NFL, the CFL, and just an all-around great guy. I'm always happy to have him on the show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Keith?
Doing great, brother. Yesterday was signing day, and before we start talking about the blue chip candidates and who got who and things like that, I want to talk to you about this kid you told me about. His name Wes Massett, and I looked him up and I looked at his highlight reel and stuff like that. And the kid's got talent. He's got a lot of talent. I mean, he's fast. He can throw the ball, and tell me a little bit about him.
Well, I tell you, I saw him once when he was a sophomore. I thought he had great skill then. Then he got injured his junior year, and he transferred to a school. I think it was Westlake High School he went to, and he transferred to Crespi High School. And I saw him play, and I was shocked and surprisingly impressed what I saw. I mean, he is a left-handed quarterback, and the reason I can relate to it is because I was a left-handed quarterback. And what I saw right away, I saw his command. He's a field general. I mean, one thing is I saw him that he can sprint to the left, sprint to the right, and throw the ball with accuracy. He has great feet. He can make all the throws, the short, the medium, and the deep throw, and he can get it in there too, believe it or not. The only thing that I was a little upset about is that I questioned the system he was in, and it was like a veered system. And I see based on his footwork, he's a good pocket quarterback. He can break in containment and good with his feet, and he throws very accurate on the run, both left to the right. And one thing I studied about him the most when I was watching this game is how he threw the ball to the right side, going away from the left, and he was very accurate. And I can tell you, he's 6'2", I think 190, 200 pounds, and I can tell you one thing, I was very impressed. Yeah. So the bottom line is, watching this kid, he can play anywhere. Division I anywhere. I think he can play at FC right away. Right. Any school, I'm telling anybody listening to me out there right now, this kid is a diamond, and he can lead your team. And he has field savvy. He has everything to be a great quarterback. And let me say something also about this other thing. He's 6'2", almost 200 pounds. And you got guys that he's bigger than, quicker than, on all levels. I mean, in a lot of ways, I see a lot of, I think he's the white Russell Wilson, but as a left-handed quarterback. That's how much I'm impressed with him. And you know something? He's just going to get bigger, stronger, and smarter. And anybody listening to me, and I'll challenge anybody about this kid's talent. Okay, and you got to notice all the recruiting stuff they're doing now. And since I've watched him, I sort of did a little homework about all these recruiting things and how this. How these websites and you're ranking these kids a 4-star, 5-star. Let me tell you something. I don't know what that 5-star stuff means or that 4-star. All I know, this kid can play. Yeah. And he can play. So I don't get all this stuff, and that's why a lot of these kids get lost in the shuffle. And I know what he can do based on what I saw. And I'm challenging anybody because I played on all levels. As a matter of fact, I could have been a quarterback in Division I and could have went to the National Football at quarterback. So I know what this kid can do.
What I really found
given the proper opportunity in a proper system based on his skill position and his skill set, he could take a team a long way.
What I really liked when I was watching, and I've never seen him play live, so I'm watching the highlights, the highlight reels. The kid's got breakaway speed, and like you said, he has great footwork. But I actually saw him throw some strikes off the wrong foot and a little bit off balance a couple times too. And he still put it where it needed to be, right on the money, and super talented. Like I said, I'm glad you told me about him because I had a chance to look him up and kind of see some things. And I wish I'd seen him play live because he's actually got a lot of talent out there. And you're right. He looks like, I don't have the credentials you do, but he looks like he could play D1, in my opinion.
Listen, let me say something. You remember how I keep telling you about, even on the NFL level, about there's guys that can play? Mm-hmm. He's one of these guys that can play. What happened, he just had some misstep. He got injured. That's number one. But when he came back, and when I saw him for the first time, I said, man, unbelievable. This kid can play. And then I started getting. Then I was wondering. Then I started studying the offensive system he was in, and that started to bother me because I think that he was being limited. But whatever he did within his limitations, he did well and did great. And all I was thinking about getting, what if he was in a pro-style offense, I formation, splits, spread them out a little bit. What can he do even more? So in my mind, based on my experience, he would flourish and do it at a high level.
Right.
So I'm just telling everyone, I found a diamond. And I don't know why, and to this day, and I'm just going to, from here on, I'm going to promote it. Anybody wants to know about a quarterback coming out of high school, even though they got these other ones in Southern California, and they rank them this and rank them that, and they supposed to be in the top 100 or top 200. Well, I'm telling you something. He should be ranked right there with everybody else. And I'm just telling you, the problem is there's so many schools out there now, and there's only so many positions and so many things. I mean, you got some places you got 5 deep quarterbacks.
Right. I heard about that. Somebody mentioned that the other day to me, that on campus right now, SC has 5. This is before signing day. Has 5 quarterbacks.
Look, he can play at SC. Okay, he can play right there. He can play at UCLA. He can play anywhere in the Pac-12. That's how good he is, in my opinion. And so I don't know what the situation. I hope he makes the right decision. I think he is a kid with upside, and not only that, he's a smart kid. He's a focused kid, and that's what you really look. And he has character on and off the field, and that's what you really need today, because there's so many knuckleheads out there.
Right.
And what I'm saying, he's from a great family, and they support him to the 100%, and that's what you need anyway. So I wish the best for him, and I'm definitely going to be looking out for him and promoting him, because you don't find kids like that these days, and he can play anywhere. I don't care if it's Division 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, that if he goes a JUCO route or whatever he goes, I can know somebody's going to get a great quarterback, and I believe in the right situation he would just flourish.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I told you, these things they got on, well, this guy's a 4-star, he's a 5-star. Well, in my opinion, he's a 5-star. Okay, in my opinion, he's a 5-star.
Well,
and anybody wants to challenge me, give him my number, Keith. Okay, give him my number. I know what he's about.
Well, the good thing is you put him on the map for me, and I'm gonna be looking out for him, and hopefully be able to see some great things for this kid from this day forward. AD, as always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show and be able to chat with you. Anthony Davis is here every Wednesday night at 9:25. You want to get the straight scoop on what's happening in the world of sports. It's going to be unedited and uncut, and it's going to right from the horse's mouth, because AD's going to tell it like it is, man. As always, AD, thanks a lot for joining us on the show, and we'll chat with you again soon, man. Absolutely. All right.
Take it easy.